Summer days, best time to get the dogs out would be, well, earlier in the day. Most people take advantage of the parks across the city of Boise to do that. Some of them dedicated specifically to dogs, like Dog Island at Ann Morrison Park, which has proven to be very popular. There's even a pond the dogs can jump into to cool off. But just outside the pond, apparently there are a few other things owners need to avoid at Dog Island. Tim sent us this email earlier this week. Ann Morrison Dog Park, very disappointed. They've stopped using weed control, and there are several large spots, 20 feet circles, he says, each covered low to the ground thistles with large spikes on them. They're just going to get bigger, not very dog friendly, let alone full of weeds, not grass. Well, if you've ever been to Dog Island, you likely know there's really not a lot of grass there to begin with. We went down there, though, this morning to kind of take a look into this thistle problem for ourselves, and we did find a few patches of those thistles. However, it took our photographer about 10 minutes of walking around to find even several large spots of said thistles that Tim claims are there. They're not 20-foot circles of them, though, either, but they're there. So the city has, I guess the question is, has the city stopped using weed control measures in the park? And we asked the city of Boise's Park and Rec department that question. They tell us the park maintenance team has not stopped using weed control at that park, but they're aware that there are some patches of some invasive thistle there. In fact, they're in the midst of a multi-year application and removal strategy to reduce the population of those. They do say the health of everyone and safety of everyone, including dogs, is their top priority, adding they would never apply anything to the ground, to those weeds that would be harmful to dogs or people. They're currently coordinating with their volunteer group to work on a hand-removing process to get those thistles out of there, which that could last into the fall. So keep an eye out. If you notice any of those invasive weeds or species located in parks, they say Boise Parks and Rec says to contact them directly.